Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a vast library. Each book represents a piece of wisdom, a strategy, a secret to success. You've been told your entire life that to succeed, you must first learn. So you read and read and read. Years pass. Your mind becomes a repository of brilliant theories, cutting-edge concepts, and powerful strategies. You can articulate complex economic principles, explain sophisticated investment techniques, and quote the wisdom of countless successful entrepreneurs. Yet your bank account tells a different story. Our educational systems operate on a fundamental assumption. Knowledge precedes action. From kindergarten through advanced degrees, we're conditioned to believe that preparation must be exhaustive before implementation can begin. This creates what psychologists call a preparatory mindset, the belief that we must gather complete information before taking our first step. This mindset activates several cognitive biases that keep us trapped in a cycle of endless learning. The Dunning-Kruger effect works in reverse for intelligent people. The more they learn, the more they become aware of what they don't know, creating an expanding horizon of perceived ignorance. Each new piece of information reveals 10 more things they feel they should understand before acting. Confirmation bias leads us to notice evidence that supports our need for more preparation. We fixate on stories of people who failed due to insufficient knowledge while overlooking countless examples of those who succeeded with minimal information, but maximum execution. Loss aversion makes the potential pain of acting on incomplete information feel more significant than the slow, invisible loss of opportunity that comes from perpetual preparation. The brain is wired to avoid immediate, identifiable risks rather than abstract, future ones. Consider what happens when you finish reading a book on financial success. Your brain rewards you with a small dopamine release, the neurochemical associated with accomplishment. You feel like you've made progress. The same happens when you complete an online course or attend a seminar. But this creates a dangerous illusion. The brain cannot easily distinguish between the reward signal of learning and the reward signal of actual achievement. Both feel like progress, but only one actually moves you forward. Think about this question. When was the last time you implemented even 20% of what you learned from educational content? This is why many people find themselves in the paradoxical state of being intellectually wealthy but financially poor. Their minds are filled with valuable information that remains unconverted into tangible results. There exists an entire economic ecosystem that thrives on perpetuating this cycle. The personal development industry, worth over $11 billion annually, profits not from your successful implementation of ideas, but from your continued consumption of content. Course creators, book publishers, seminar hosts all benefit when you remain in the state of perpetual learning. They understand a fundamental truth. It's easier to sell information than to sell transformation, because transformation requires the consumer to do the difficult work of implementation. Consider how many gurus sell the idea that just one more secret will unlock your success, keeping you in an endless pursuit of the next piece of information rather than applying what you already know. The statement reveals a profound truth. Success isn't determined by the volume of your knowledge, but by the ratio between what you know and what you do with what you know. Think of knowledge as potential energy and action as kinetic energy. Potential energy stored in a dam is impressive but produces no electricity until it's converted to kinetic energy by allowing the water to flow. Many intellectually gifted individuals have built magnificent dams of knowledge, but never opened the floodgates of action. The formula suggested is elegantly simple. Identify one good idea and apply massive action to it. Imagine two individuals. Person A knows 1,000 strategies for wealth creation but implements none. Person B knows 3 strategies but implements all of them with persistence and intensity. Who do you think will achieve greater financial success? The statement makes a striking observation. Being dumb and broke is understandable, but being smart and broke represents a special kind of tragedy, the tragedy of untapped potential. This creates cognitive dissonance. When someone possesses valuable knowledge but fails to translate it into tangible results, they experience internal psychological conflict. To resolve this discomfort, they often 1. Seek even more knowledge, believing that's what's missing. 2. Criticize the success of others as luck or privilege. 3. Develop elaborate theories about why their circumstances are unique. 4. Redefine success to match their current reality. Each of these mechanisms serves to protect the ego while keeping them trapped in the same pattern. The pathway out of this trap begins with a fundamental shift in how we think about learning. True learning isn't measured by what you know, but by how you've been transformed by what you know. Consider implementing these principles. 1. The 50-50 rule. For every hour spent consuming information, spend at least 1 hour implementing what you've learned. 2. Minimum viable knowledge. Identify the smallest amount of information needed to take your first meaningful action, then start immediately. 3. Implementation triggers. After learning something new, immediately identify one specific action you'll take within 48 hours to apply it. 4. Knowledge audits. Regularly review what you've learned and honestly assess what percentage has been converted into action. The statement concludes with a powerful directive. Pick up a good idea and take heavy action on it. Notice the emphasis on a good idea, not multiple ideas, not the perfect idea, just one viable concept executed with intensity. As you reflect on this message, consider this profound question. If you were to stop learning new information today and simply implemented everything you already know, how dramatically would your life change? Your mind already contains enough knowledge to transform your financial reality. The question isn't what else you need to learn. It's what you're going to do with what you already know. The gap between knowledge and wealth isn't bridged by more information. It's bridged by implementation.